So today, we're going to dive into the incredible field of rehabilitation right here in India. It's this whole world dedicated to helping people reclaim their lives after facing some pretty huge challenges. We'll look at the key career paths that make recovery possible, and it's all guided by one super important organization, the Rehabilitation Council of India, or RCI.
I mean, think about that for a second. How do you actually rebuild a life? It's a huge question, right? For so many people living with disabilities, this isn't some abstract idea. It's their day-to-day reality. And the answer? Well, it often lies in the amazing work of these highly skilled professionals who are, you could say, the architects of recovery.
So, who makes sure this rebuilding process is done right, with care and expertise? That's where the RCI steps in. You can think of it as the ultimate quality control for the entire rehab sector in India. The RCI makes sure every professional has the proper training and sticks to a high standard, and that really is the foundation for quality care.
All right, let's start with the first major area, something we can all pretty easily picture, that journey back to physical independence. This is all about getting back movement, control, and autonomy over your own body.
You know, the impact this has on someone's daily life is just massive. And it's not always about these huge, dramatic moments. Sometimes, the biggest victory in the world is just being able to hold a cup of tea without any help. That's where physical rehabilitation truly changes lives.
So who are the experts making this happen? Well, you've got prosthetists and orthotists. These are the folks who design and create custom artificial limbs and supportive braces. Then there are rehabilitation engineers who come up with all sorts of innovative tech, from custom wheelchairs to communication devices. And you have orientation and mobility specialists who empower people who are visually impaired to navigate the world safely. It's a real team effort, all focused on that one goal, bringing back movement.
But, rebuilding a life goes so much deeper than just physical movement. Rehabilitation is also about healing the parts we can't always see, our minds and our senses.
This whole area is just a fascinating mix of medical science and psychological care. The focus here is on restoring some of our most basic human abilities, things we might take for granted, like the power to connect with others through speech, the joy of hearing, and the mental strength to just cope with life's challenges.
And the key players here are really the pillars of this field. Clinical psychologists are the pillars of mental health, helping people adapt and find their inner strength. Then you have audiologists and speech therapists who are the pillars of communication. They work to solve challenges with hearing and speech, which, as you can imagine, completely changes how someone connects with the world around them.
Okay, so we've covered healing the body and mind. Now let's shift gears to empowering the future through education. This part is all about unlocking the potential that exists in every single person, making sure nobody gets left behind.
This quote, it just says it all, doesn't it? It's such a powerful mission. The main goal here is to train educators who know how to build classrooms where every single student, no matter their ability, can learn and grow together.
And if this is a career that speaks to you, there are two main ways in. There's the 2-year DEd, which is a diploma that gives you a really solid foundation. But for those who want to go for more advanced roles, there's the 4-year BEd or bachelor's degree. Both are absolutely crucial for building an education system that's truly for everyone.
So this brings us to what you could call the final piece of the puzzle on this journey to empowerment. This is about more than just personal recovery. It's about finding your place in the wider community.
And there are really two sides to this coin, and they work together perfectly. You've got vocational rehabilitation, which is all about finding a job and getting that financial independence. And right alongside that is social rehabilitation, which is about building the social confidence to really be a part of the community. One gives you financial strength, the other gives you a sense of belonging.
The professionals here are basically bridge builders. Vocational counselors are like career guides, helping people find meaningful work. And community support workers are mentors, helping people build the skills and confidence to be active members of society. You'll find them in NGOs, government programs, really working at the grassroots level to make a difference. So when you pull all these pieces together, the physical, the mental, the educational, and the social, you really start to see the whole picture. It forms the backbone of India's entire rehabilitation system. Every part is connected, and they all work together to support and empower people. Across all these different areas we've talked about, how many distinct RCI-recognized professions are there? The answer is 16. Just think about that number for a second. It shows you the incredible scope and the huge variety of ways you can contribute to this field and make a real impact.
And in the end, it all comes down to this one powerful mission:
empowerment through education and inclusion. That's not just a nice-sounding phrase. It's the real guiding principle for all 16 of these professions. It's about making sure every single person gets the dignity, respect, and opportunity they deserve.
So, this brings us to our final thought. We've looked at the architects of physical freedom, the healers of the mind, the champions of education, and the builders of community bridges. After hearing about all these different ways to make a difference, which one of these paths sparks something in you?